right now, many of you are probably thinking, he's finally doing another Doctor Who DVD review. That's right, folks, I'm back. And as you can see, today I shall be taking a look at The Web of Fear. Now, this DVD was released last year after this story was recovered in late 2013 alongside The Enemy of the World. Why I took so long to not review this, I've no idea. It's a very belated review. I know I should have done this review a long time ago, but here I am now, finally taking a look at this DVD. Now, like The Enemy of the World DVD box art, we have the new look. We have the modified classic Doctor Who logo at the top. Again, we've got the BBC logo just above the D. Why we have this, I've no idea. And we have the BBC Worldwide logo there, and it's just a centimetre or two away. Why we have two BBC logos more or less next to each other baffles me, to be honest with you. I mean, we all know that Doctor Who is property of the BBC, right? So why do we have to be reminded of this over and over again? I know it's just a nitpicky thing, and you're probably thinking, well, who cares? Just get on with the review. But I just want to say, well, why do we have to have the BBC logo just above the Doctor Who logo? It just baffles me. It would have been better if it just had the Doctor Who logo, but there you go. It's just a small thing. You're probably thinking you're a moaning sod, but there you go. We have the Web of Fear, and that's got a logo of its own. It's really nice what they've done here. They've given it a sort of Hammer House of Horror look, so it looks more like a movie poster. The whole cover looks like a movie poster, which I think is a very nice touch by Lee Binding, who did the cover art for this particular DVD release. We also have these webs just behind the text as well. It works very well. I quite like this idea. It's a shame that no more DVDs could get this treatment, but who knows, the BBC may be hiding something behind our backs, I hope. But you never know. At the centre of the DVD cover, we have a Yeti taking the centre stage. The Yeti, of course, making the second appearance in the show after their appearance earlier on in the 5th season, the Abominable Snowmen. I would really love it if the Abominable Snowmen was found one day, so we could have all the Yeti stories and all the Great Intelligence stories. We also have the Second Doctor, played wonderfully by Patrick Troughton on the left. We have the Professor on the right, and we have the TARDIS just there in the middle, covered in a web. And just behind all the main characters, you can see the tunnels of the London Underground, which you can see more or less all the way through the story. Also at the top, you also got this vortexy looking thing. I think it's a really nice touch. You have the lack of the strip at the bottom that says the Patrick Troughton years, and you have a PG and DVD video logo. So I think overall it's a lovely cover. Again, the spine fits very well with the rest of the Doctor Who collection, and again you can see a bit more of the London Underground there. This story was written by Mervyn Haseman and Henry Lincoln, and like The Enemy of the World DVD, it just says recovered and restored, a classic Patrick Troughton adventure. So now I will read the plot. In order to escape an attack in space, the TARDIS makes an unscheduled landing and ends up deep inside the London Underground. Here the travellers soon find themselves engulfed in a thrilling battle with the Great Intelligence and the Yeti, a deadly enemy set to invade the Earth. But as events take a turn for the worse, it becomes clear that the Golden Prize is not just the Earth, but the Doctor's mind too. The cover is by Lean Binding, and the sleeve text is by Bray Liang. And like the Enemy of the World DVD release, there are a lack of special features, and a lot of people have moaned about this. So why did they release this on DVD if there's no special features? But don't forget, the story was found just a few months before this was released on DVD. So all we have are an available now trailer, which is the trailer for The Enemy of the World, and we have the digitally remastered picture and sound quality, which you more or less see on all of the classic Doctor Who DVDs that have been released in the past. This story was originally broadcast on BBC One between the 3rd of February and the 9th of March 1968, produced by Peter Bryant, directed by Douglas Camfield. Episode 3, reconstructed from telesnaps. The runtime is 146 minutes long, so it's over 2 hours. So there's plenty of time to sit down and enjoy the story. It is 6 episodes long. So now let's take a look inside the DVD. So the actual disc looks very nice. Again, you've got the modified Doctor Who logo there, along with the Web of Fear logo, and again you've got the picture of the second Doctor, the Professor, and the Yeti, and the TARDIS is just there as well. And we have that booklet again. Now the booklet is just like the booklet that you see in the Enemy of the World DVD release, and I'll read you the description inside. 2013 was a vintage year for Doctor Who, with 50th celebrations enough to satisfy even the most enthusiastic fan, but nobody could have predicted one of the greatest gifts that this year brought: the return of not one, but 2 missing stories. Not even the Doctor could save episodes from being lost by the BBC's recycling policy. For most fans of this iconic story, the return of the Yeti was something that could be enjoyed only in full on the story's audio release. Delightfully, this proved not to be the case, thanks to sterling research work from Philip Morris. Making his first appearance in the series is Colonel Lethbridge Stewart, performed to pitch perfection by the late Nicholas Courtney. It is a delight to see the opening episodes of a character that will go on to become one of the most long-lasting and greatest loved of the show's history. The Web of Fear is a beautiful example of a Doctor Who based under siege plot. Its brilliant sets convince viewers they are deep in the London Underground, whilst tight writing and directing keep up the action. Doctor Who is never better when its stories feature the extraordinary occurring within the ordinary. What could be more ordinary than the London Underground, and more extraordinary than the roaring robot Yeti? And there you can see all the chapter points, and the back it just says all the products information. If you want to contact the BBC, then go ahead and da. So what do I think of the story? What are my overall thoughts? Well, I think The Web of Fear is a very good story, and I'm really glad that it got recovered by Philip Morris. It is a great story. Patrick Troughton is great as a second Doctor. Nicholas Courtney is great, making his debut as Colonel Lethbridge Stewart, who would become the Brigadier in his next appearance in the Invasion. The Yeti are really good, Jamie's really good, Victoria's really good, the Professor's really good. I think most of the characters are very good in this. Is it my favourite? Of course it's not my favourite. And to be honest, I think I actually prefer The Enemy of the World to this. If we take a comparison of both of the DVDs for a second, here's what they both look like alongside each other. But I'm sure most of you will own these anyway, and you can do this by yourselves. And I actually quite prefer the Enemy of the World DVD cover as well. So I think the Enemy of the World wins all around, and it's quite surprising really, because I was looking forward more to this story. I think the letdown of this DVD release, it's not a fault of the story, it's the fact that episode 3 wasn't animated. We only got telesnaps. It was just a reconstruction of images just used over and over and over again. Which is okay, you know, but I quite prefer it when there's actual movement going on in the story, and it just felt like it was just stills, and yeah, it just felt a bit out of place, which is a real shame because that episode didn't get recovered. But I'm really glad that all the other episodes did get recovered, and I think the best episodes got recovered. So really, it's not a huge loss, but I think it's just a little detrimental effect on the DVD release. And I think as a story, I really like the story, and you know, it's one I would watch again and again and again. But I quite prefer The Enemy of the World. So thank you very much for watching this belated DVD review of The Web of Fear. I've really enjoyed making this review for you. I've tried over and over again to make this review, and so many things have come in the way, but now it's finally out. I just hope you all enjoy this review, really, and I hope you all having a great day. And before I go, yes, you can change the cover as well, so it can fit with the rest of your Doctor Who collection. So the top half of the DVD will look like the classic TARDIS console room. So yeah, without further ado, I'm off now to continue all of my university work, and yeah, I'll see you next time.